Hi folks, Technivorous here. Welcome to my Cura playlist. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button so you can find your way back here. I update often. That said, as you may have noticed, Cura settings can be very simple or very in-depth. So I took the time to make a video about each section in the custom settings menu, and I'm going to quickly go over the important settings each section contains and briefly explain them. Are you ready? Good, let's go. This is Cura settings in 5 minutes or less. Moving on to infill density. Now, infill density and infill line distance are directly related to each other. When you update one, it generally updates the other for you. As you can see, my simple cube here has an infill density of 10%. Now let's go ahead and reload the default profile settings for my Ender 3, which is the printer I'm slicing this for at the moment. And we are going to slice again. It says the infill density is 20%, and as you can see, the infill line distance has been reduced by half. Well, that makes sense because we doubled our density. So here you can see an illustration of several different infill sizes. You can even check out the pattern it's going to follow, but let's see here. We can take a look at, let's try 50%. Okay, and then we'll go back down, we'll do 0%, and we'll check out with 100% infill as well, because you can completely fill in a model. It is easy to do, and all you have to do basically is set the infill to 100%. So let's see here. We should have really tiny squares in our grid now because our infill is super dense, and we are going to be using a lot more filament as well. And you can see that the infill travels all the way up. Really tiny squares, we're using 47 grams of filament. If we go back and reduce that to 0, now this is just going to print the outer wall. And with a model like this where I have a top flat surface, it's not going to print that very well unless I have really good bridging capabilities turned on. But basically, you can see that there is nothing in there, and it is using a whopping 15 grams. So changing from 0% infill to 50% infill is increasing our filament used by 2.5 times. So that's quite a bit. Normally a 15 to 20% infill is more than enough. I tend to leave mine at about 15. Sometimes I turn it off completely. I don't know if you watched our wall video on wall settings, but if you set your wall, your shell, to be 7 or so layers thick, about 3 millimeters, on most models without flat surfaces, you don't need to use infill. Anything that has a top like this, or is square, or is a box, you're going to want to use some sort of infiller support to get that top to print in a level manner. As always, this channel is brought to you by these fine Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, head over to www.patreon.com/Technivorous. That's going to be it for this video. As always, I am Technivorous, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our main channel page where we do a free giveaway for our subscribers every month. So far, we've given away things like a Capricorn PTFE tubing kit and spools of filament. So the giveaway videos are always pinned to our main channel page. So all you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment on the giveaway video for the current contest. Feel free to check out this video right here. YouTube picked it from my content just for you. And if you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button right here. So what are you waiting for? Become a Technivore now. Thanks again. Technivorous out.